Today I'm going to be teaching you guys a little quick tip how to find the ghost room as fast as possible. So let's get to it. I'm going to just equip some of the basic necessities. We need incense. Let's just do 3. Doubt I'm going to need all of that. Let's get a camera. Maybe a tripod. I don't really need it, but for challenges, we'll get the parabolic and motion sensor. Let's get at least 3 candles in case we want to test for an audio. And just about, yeah, that's probably about it right here. Tier 2 ghost writing, Tier 2 EMF, dots, spirit box. There we go. Alright, nothing too crazy. I'm going to just do it on intermediate. So, on Tanglewood. Let's get to it. So, yeah, a lot of people, they tend to have a hard time trying to find the ghost room. So, the best things I would advise you to take with you is definitely the thermometer, the EMF reader, and the camera. If I'm playing higher difficulties, I personally avoid the cameras, and I would take the incense over the camera and have my teammate take that while I use these other two items. Um, but since it's intermediate, I doubt I'll need the incense necessarily. I mean, we got 2 minute grace period. So yeah, so these are the 3 things we're gonna get. I like to go straight for breaker. So this is tip number 1. Go straight for the breaker, because this is important just because right now the ghost room is pretty similar temperature with the other rooms. Getting the breaker on will start raising the temperatures throughout the house, making it easier to find the ghost room. So now that the breaker's on, we're gonna look for ghost orbs while we wait for the rooms to get warm. It shouldn't take too long. Uh, let's see what we have. Definitely not living room. It's probably not gonna be here either. Let's check foyer. No orbs. And while we're doing this, just also look for your breath in your mouth. The store was open, but I heard open doors doesn't really mean anything necessarily. Okay. Let's check downstairs. Okay, so we heard something get tossed over here. Looks like it was this cup right over here. So let's check the EMF. Yes, so it could be living room. Most likely it is. It's intermediate. Ghost doesn't really roam too much on this difficulty, so we know it's not going to be ghost orbs. So more than likely. So now that I heard something, I'm going to pull out my thermometer, just confirm it with the temperatures. Typically below 10 degrees Celsius confirms the ghost room. Uh, Below 5 really like it solidifies that assumption. Um, it's really throwing a lot of stuff. But yeah, so I just like to turn on the first thing, turn on the breaker. Whoa. Yo, that is so pulty. You saw how far that threw that? It's definitely not a mirror. Turn on the light too. Okay, so yeah. So yeah, I just like to get the breaker on, uh let the house like warm up a little bit, and in the time I like to use the camera, look for orbs. At the same time, I'm also checking for my, the breath of my mouth, listening to interactions. The ghost sometimes will touch doors in the hallway, touch things around the kitchen, the dining room. Those are kind of indicators on the area that the ghost is in. Because like just because it's touching doors in the hallway, example in Tanglewood, the ghost room could be in boy's bedroom, but it won't necessarily just interact with the bedrooms. It could be in the hallway to open the doors and all. So it just gives you a general idea where the ghost is located in the house. So that way you don't have to bother wasting your time. If it's touching doors in the hallway, you don't have to bother wasting your time in the dining room. And now you can check the rooms more thoroughly. Pull out your thermometer, see the temperatures throughout the house. Look for cold breath. Uh, get an EMF reading. Sometimes I like have UV on me, EMF, and thermo, and I would as it's interacting with doors, I'll check for UV real quick. Um, that'll be a quick, evidence right there to get right off the bat starting with the game, just starting. So, yeah, these are my little pointers I like to do with as far as finding the ghost room pretty quick. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Polty on this one. This one, I mean, you saw that it just like chucked that book off that shelf. Like I'm telling you, it flew through the other side, the opposite side of the living room. Like that. If that's not Polty, then I don't know what else it could be. Cause like I've never seen a ghost chuck that far without being a Polty. Like it has to be a Polty. Let's see. Let's see what we have, guys. I'm not even gonna like investigate this. Like we're just gonna go with Polty. That was crazy. All right, let's see. Yeah, there you go, Poltergeist. Pretty easy. That's what Poltees like to do. They really like to touch things and like just launch them. So a lot of people they think that like there's this rumor, some actual like famous streamers say it too, some don't. But a lot of people think like while they're looping around the table or whatever with the Polte, and it starts throwing multiple things at once. Oh, that confirms it's a Polte because other ghosts can't, you know, they only throw one thing at a time within a certain amount of time, like with a grace period in between. That's not necessarily true. I've had many instances where I've had a mare and looping it, it would like literally throw like three things at once, nonstop. How I determine it's a Pulte is by how far it throws the things. So if it's like launching it, like I'm talking about like you're looping around the kitchen in Tanglewood and it throws something like in the dining room. Like it throws it from the counter in the kitchen all the way to the dining room. That's a Pulte. Like you can't argue that. That's a Pulte. But like if it's just tossing it over like a few feet away from it, it's really it. You can't really just assume it's a Pulte if it's throwing multiple things. But yeah, throwing with it throwing like things a few feet away doesn't necessarily rule out Pulte, but you can't just right off the bat say it's a Pulte. It has to like launch it. But yeah, no. Either way, that was just a little quick thing. I hope this helps you guys out with finding the ghost room a lot quicker. Please don't use UV starting off the bat. Spirit box. I see a lot of new guys. They walk around with the spirit box in hope that they get a response. You know, right off the bat, and like that's like kind of their way to find the ghost room, but that's not a proper way to do it because A, you have to be alone in the room, and then B, if you're walking around with the tier one, like all these new guys, they don't have the tier two stuff, tier three. The ghost has to be like I believe it's within 4 meters from you for the spirit box to work with the tier one. So with that being said, I mean you have to be right on the ghost, and that's just not an efficient way. Let alone if your teammates in the room too. So just stick to freezing temps, the thermo, stick to EMF reader and your video camera. And don't forget also, before anything, turn on the breaker right away. Have someone, if you're playing in a squad, have someone, a designated breaker guy, like person, just have them go straight for the break. That'll definitely help out find the ghost room a lot quicker as the house starts warming up. So, yeah, that was a little quick video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace.